It's Morgan Podcast.
Good, whatever time of day it is. How are you? It's Morgan Podcast with the presenter, which is me, or the host, or whatever it's called. Adam Paul Morgan, formerly of YouTube stardom. I've had a few people come up to me going, "Oh, are you the guy on YouTube?" Yes, I am. But no one else was around me to sort of back me up on that story, so bear with. I'm actually recording from home today for the first time in a long time with that squeaky chair that I used to have on the YouTube section. So I'm trying to keep it very still as possible while talking to you, the good people who stream or listen or tune in or whatever it is they're supposed to call it. But still, what's happened the past week? Valentine's Day. Say no more. But it was funny. On February 13th, going into the supermarket to see what little flowers were left and the looks on the guys' faces, to know they're in the shit. If they can't get anything tonight, they're in the shit. And that's all it was. I've got a few married men together and had a quiet word about the subject. Why do we bother with the Valentine's Day stuff? Because we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want the earache. We don't want the headache of, why didn't you get me anything? That's why we do it. That's why these forests make a load of money. Because we don't want the headache at all. So that's why we do it. Flowers, chockies, card, minimum. And you can get away with that. Oh, going out special for a spa date. It's like, well, she wants to go on holiday later on in the year, you know. Got to make sacrifices somewhere, but if you get the bare minimum. But I'm very proud of my wife and what she got me for Valentine's Day. You know what she got me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't want her wasting her money on me. On something I don't really care about. Valentine's Day card, you know, if you listen to this podcast long enough, you know I bloody hate these supermarket festivals where you got to spend money. And a classic example of that, if you've ever watched The Simpsons from way back, Love Day. Remember that one? Say no more, when all the corporate head office, right, we've got nothing in between summer, what we're going to do? Happy Love Day. It's true, and all my in-laws are mad for every single occasion. So if they bring in an occasion in, let's make one up now, Happy Adam Day, there will be cards in the shop. It's just the first thing I could think of. I don't recommend doing a Happy Adam Day. Happy Adam Day is that from one Friday every 2 weeks. Woohoo! Because the way my shift patterns work is, that's why I'm happy. I do 5 on, 3 off, 5 on, 1 off. So that Friday night to that 1 off, woo! That Sunday I don't really count as a day off. I'm normally editing the podcast. I'm normally doing stuff around the house and other side adventures. But that Friday night, that first Friday night every 2 weeks, that's me off. But things have got a little sidetracked because we have had a family bereavement with the in-laws. We're doing the house clearance, going through and... Well, I don't really want to say much because it sort of goes on to what I'm about to say next, but you find a lot of secrets that you didn't know, didn't need to know. But let's move on from there. But they found a newspaper article. And this is when my mother and father-in-law got married. From way back when. 76, I think it was. And one of the traditions back then, when people got married, was to have in the newspaper, the sort of local-ish newspaper. And the article was unbelievable. There was a picture of the bride and groom from way back when, with details of, this is absolutely true, I couldn't believe it, this is from the 70s. They had details of where they went to school, their addresses of their employer, year of birth, and current address and former address, and how they met and all that. Now, this was in the local newspaper. Like, you couldn't do that now. I don't want that now. I don't even use Facebook. I'm on it, but I'm well hidden. I follow no people. I have no friends on Facebook. But imagine that if you just went on Facebook and you just blurted out, all the details on there. How quickly would your house get broken into? Easy. But that was really weird when we just found this old newspaper article which they'd saved. And on the back of it was a man has his hand chopped off. And my father-in-law goes, turn around and have a look on the back. Because he remembered the article. Probably remembered the hand being chopped off. And he thought, my wedding thing's on the back of there. You couldn't do that now under the GPDR and data protection and all that. Couldn't do that today. Now you... Oh, house will get robbed and all sorts. But there is a lot of lonely people out there. This is actually stringing together quite nicely this week. Because obviously Valentine's Day last week, and they had the articles of the Lonely Hearts Club and the debt that they're in because they said they're getting conned, scammed. And they send money to their soulmate. It's a bloke in his underwear, smoking away on the keyboard. With an AI picture, but it easily fools some people. I know, I used to work with these people. Lonely Hearts Club, because they got divorced in the 40s and they're looking for purchasing a bride, shall we say. And this news article said the average debt that these people get into, well, the average money that they get conned, I suppose it's a debt, conned, whatever, for the Lonely Hearts Club, because they think they found their soulmate abroad, who's apparently like 23, blah, 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 from the Philippines. You catch the drift from those areas. Yeah, apparently this news article said it was £8,000. I would love £8,000, so I might start doing that. I don't know, put a wig on and all that and just flash pictures of my feet online. But to save me doing that, subscribe to whatever podcast service you're listening to this. I suppose election year this year. And I'm getting the leaflets come through already, and I have a shredder, so I have a quick look and they're in the shredder. So, it goes into my compost. So, thank you, politicians, for sending me crap. And I'm looking at one of the candidates. I won't mention which party or anything like that. Don't want to start a hoo-ha of this, that, and the other about the political stuff. But I'm looking at them and I'm like, you look 12 years old. Why are you running for MP in the area? Honestly, I'm looking at the pictures. There's the few councillors that look like they've been around the block a few times. But the people running up for MP, I'm not... This is just me in my area. I'm not going to say which area. But they look 12. Is that me getting old? Because they just look like 7-year-olds. I want to be an MP. Why? Oh, I don't need to know why. All the benefits under the sun. You don't have to lift a finger. What's worse, they've got the mobile number on here as well. But that's just the first one. That'll be going in the shredder soon. Not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shredder. It's the paper shredder. I've just shredded everything. I got wage slips from like 15 years ago. I was like, I don't need them. I got the P60s and the P45s. Get rid. But I think all this crap has come with me through 4 properties. 4 different properties. And I've just brought it with me. I thought, get rid, I don't need it. I've got all the details sorted out and saved. Should we talk about that Xbox thing that happened last week? That was, to me, like a long walk down a rainy beach to a cafe that was shut. Just to say, yeah, we're going to put some exclusives on other consoles. And people have already sussed what games they are. But to be honest, if you are looking forward to exclusives coming to everyone, I wouldn't get your hopes up though, because the games aren't that good. That's the problem with... At the end of the day, that's the problem with Xbox. The games aren't that good. Argue all you want. This game's really good. Yeah, I enjoy it. If you enjoy playing a particular game, that's good. But you got to go for the majority. The majority has the money. Speaking of which, subscribe to the channel and click all the ads as well. I do get a bit of revenue from it. Now, normally, if I'm having a short week, I will go to the news and see what's interesting, what's out there that I can talk about. It's all been a bit doom and gloom, but I'm looking outside now and the weather is gorgeous. It's lovely for this time of year, and the daffodils are sprung up, even though it's a bit early. But yeah, in the news it's all doom and gloom. But we were supposed to be having mammoths of snow last week in the Midlands. Looking outside, don't look like snow to me. Don't look like snow to me at all. The one thing that did come up, we all know a bullshitter. Like every week I talk about this bullshitter. It's like the weekly bullshit report. Let's say someone I have to pull up with. Can't come into work. This person, this living creature, who is employed by the same employer as me. So anyway, I can get away with saying that this thing. Well, when I say work, he turns up, doesn't do anything. I know a few people like that. Every certain day of the week, there's one particular day of the week. I won't say which day because if they're listening, they're going to know, aren't they? They're going to know who I'm talking about. But let's just say there's one particular day of the week. They just phone in sick. But they don't phone in sick to me. They come up with an excuse because this person doesn't have to answer to me. But the excuses they come up with to say why they're not coming in, I don't need to know, but it's like every week, it's like a fairy tale of why they're not coming in. This is the best one, all through a WhatsApp. You get the WhatsApp come through. Yo, bro. I fucking hate being called bro. I've only got one brother and I don't talk to him. So why do they call me bro? I don't know. But yo, bro. Message. Ding. Send. Received. How are you? Send, receive. You know, like a 12-year-old, sending about half a dozen messages at once. But he goes, such and such. My mother's collapsed. I can't come in. This is on the Wednesday. I can't come in. Oh, go and sort it out. Don't worry, I'll cover for you. It could be bullshit, but you don't want to risk it. And you hope that he's using his mum as an excuse to get out of work. Isn't a thing. This particular day just so happens to be Valentine's Day. Okay. So the next day, I'll get my car in for a service. It's a company car. It's going in for a service. Okay. Whatever. Thursday, regular Thursday. Oh, spoiled it. Gave the game away. Oh well. I could bring it up in a disciplinary. I don't care. As long as they listen. I can... I've taken the car in for a service. Now, I've had my work phone and we use WhatsApp. I thought, let's go back a year and just have a look. So this year, he was saying his mum collapsed, and I hope, in a way, it's true. That his mum did collapse and he did have to run off to hospital to look after. I don't know why, I just sit on the bed and just hope for the best. And the Thursday, had to take the car in for a service. So... way back, scroll back a year. Valentine's Day 2023. Can't come in, under the weather. Oh, really? Next day. Oh, I've got to take the car in for a service. Now, this is how I picked up the bullshit on this one. Completely different car. What are the odds of having to take your car in on the same day every year? What are the odds? Because I've had the same car for about 7 years now. Or 5 years, so I've only just paid it off. Yet, I've never took the car in exactly the same day. Now, you might think it's a leased thing and all that, but he didn't have that car a year ago. He had a car to replace his work one that they've got out on lease for him, the company car, because that was in the garage. And it was in the garage for about 5 months, something like that. So ironically, that was the 2 days, year in, year out, bullshit, he couldn't come into work. But because they're not working on the same level as me, they are above, but we do kind of have to work together, but he is a higher level than me. If he just turned around and said, look, I'm gonna have the day off. I'm doing overtime on such and such, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. I'm going to spend the day with my wife. It's Valentine's Day. But here's the excuse for the next day. You know, sometimes on WhatsApp, if your friend puts out a little thing, a little green icon over the picture and you push it, then it shows a couple of images and they disappear. Well, he'd done that for his son's birthday. Again, Yet it's another day of the week. Thursday, I've already let that one slip. It's just regular bullshit. I've got a folder downstairs that I have to keep my work notes in. And at the back of that book, it's not a workbook, it's my book, I just write down, what day doesn't come in. And the excuse. And there is a pattern. Thursday. I've only done 3 months worth and I've filled a page already. 2 pages of why it didn't come in. All on Thursdays. That was the chair, not me. All Thursdays. Why bullshit? Why bullshit? There's nothing worse. You could be all sorts in the world. A thief, a cheat, but the worst one is a liar. Even the little lies. It's not that when he has a day off, I've got to cover him. I've got to cover him. Even though I've made plans for our clientele. These stupid bullshitters. Like the bloke who told me that he'd read the book Jurassic Park 3. But by the original author. Oh yes, the original author. Now if it was like the novelisation of the film, I'd be like, alright, fair enough. Again, previous job, regular bullshitter. He told me the ending of the God of War, the game. Complete rubbish. I haven't finished the game, but I've listened to the audiobook. I'm not going to give anything away, because you might not have played or listened to the audiobook or read the book yourself. So you wouldn't know. Because there's nothing worse in this world like a bullshitter. Have you had your 15 minutes? Jolly good. 15 minutes. Has been a slow week. I've been doing lots of different stuff. Volunteer work. Stuff for the family. Just trying to sort my own stuff out. And plus, I found a load of old PC games on Steam. So I'm just trying to get back into PC gaming. And the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've got it up and ready to rock and roll. And that's the rest of my afternoon sorted. So I've got to learn how to play keyboard and mouse for the first time in about 20 years. Oh, hopefully the memories will come back. Anyway, I'm Adam Paul Morgan. If you want to email the podcast, it's 0121 it's Morgan at gmail.com. Anyway, you look after yourselves and we'll chat again next week. Ta-ra a bit.